Hello everyone, welcome to yoga here. Today is Wednesday at the Sika Senior Activity Center, and we have Richard, Paula, Carrie, and Evelyn here with us today practicing yoga with me and those of us that join us online. So let's enjoy. We are moving into our third eye space. So I like to say this is between the brows. And if you connect here at the base of your spine, the base of the head, and bring a finger, you will find that the pineal gland is directly in between and at the center. So that would be the center of our mind, which is part of our third eye space. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm only going to scoot a little bit away just so that we can find that our hip width distance apart. Try and stack knees to ankles, toes pointing forward, soles of the feet grounded if you can. And we're going to start off with our great head mudra. And so the mudra is ring finger tucks in towards the big thumb mound. Then you're going to take middle and index finger and connect to the thumb tip so that it looks like you've created a beak. Then you're going to keep the pinky extended. Let's go ahead and start today with just palms facing up with that mudra. Try to relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, drop the chin just slightly so that we're lengthening through the neck. Let's come back to our breath. So right now, whether we're breathing and exhaling out the mouth or inhaling and exhaling through the nose, we're just trying to find our breath, our centeredness, trying to relax into this position, try to find length as we find clarity of mind. So allow the breath to rush into the mind and exhale, releasing, kind of clearing our thoughts out like clouds across the sky. And now visualizing our third eye space. And as we visualize this space, we're going to come into our intention today, or our Sankalpa. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to learn and understand through my life experiences. So as we think of this, we're learning to have compassion so that we can open up to ourselves, find understanding, and be able to learn from our life experiences. As we notice when we have compassion and understanding for ourselves, it opens that door. It opens us up to being able to view our life experiences as learning lessons and not being so hard on ourselves, especially when we view it as a mistake. So just breathing through that, connecting to your third eye space, learning to find compassion, understanding for self, so that we can open to our experiences. Let's go ahead and exhale. You're going to release that. Maybe stretch through the fingertips, maybe roll through the hands here. So I'm just rolling through my shoulders, but I'm stretching and expanding through my hands, my fingertips. So I'm rolling back as much as I can. I'm rolling forward as well. I'm letting my shoulders move into this along with my entire arm, hands, and fingers. Let's do this one more time, opening up. And bring it all the way up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Namaste. All right, I'm going to scoot back as we get ready for the portion of more movement here. So let's find those grounded feet. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, pressing through the soles of the feet, lifting through the arms and back. And exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Inhale, let's take it up. And again, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, interlace the fingers, bring it behind the head. Rest the back of the head into the palms of the hands. Let the elbows open, relax the shoulders. Inhale, let's open up that space in the front, our chest, our shoulders, our gaze. And then exhale, let it come forward and down. Keep the back lengthened. We're just hinging through the neck here. Let's inhale, open back up. And last one, exhale, chin into chest. Inhale, lengthen the arms up, palms up this time. And while the shoulders are shrugging up to the ears, bring the gaze up just as high as you can, shrugging those shoulders up. And exhale, release that all the way down to our sides. We're gonna come into warrior two twist. So it's an inhale, twist, open to one side. See if we can look behind us or beside us. And exhale, release the arms back down as we come through center. We're gonna inhale opposite way. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders, elbows out. We're going to just start with rolling. I'm going to start with rolling back behind me. So I'm moving shoulders, elbows forward, up, around, back, and down. Try to find the breath with this. I like to inhale up and exhale back down. Let's do 2 more times. As we bring it back and down, 4 times forward now. So it's up, back, inhale, and as you exhale, it's forward and down. 2 more. Release the hands all the way to the lap. Take the head towards one side, ear to the shoulder. Now, as you have ear towards the shoulder, shoulders relax, gaze is forward. Let's take the hand from that lap that we have the ear towards that shoulder. Release and see if we can't sweep it back. Hang on to the bottom of the chair. And then take the other hand, same thing. Release, sweep it back. Hang on to the back bottom of the chair. Notice the difference in the neck. There could be more stretching. And just taking deep breaths. So if this is too much, you could always keep the hands forward and ground it on your legs. Let's go ahead and exhale, bring those hands forward, back to the knees, release the chin down into chest. From that position again, let's take the hands back, hanging on to the back bottom of the chair. Now while we have soft elbows and we have fingers just hooking underneath or to the back of the chair, let's pull those soft elbows in, squeezing our scapulas, our shoulder blades behind us, towards our vertebrae, simultaneously trying to draw them down the back. 1 more breath here. And let's exhale, soften the arms again, hands forward on the lap, tilt the head to the other shoulder. Couple of breaths here. You can always keep it here, hands on the lap. You're just relaxing shoulders, your gaze is forward and the ear is tilting towards that relaxed shoulder. Let's take the same side, draw back, hang on to the chair, take a breath. And then release the other side. Draw back, hanging onto the chair. That's when you'll feel more of a stretch on that side. 1 more breath. And exhale, release both hands, release chin forward. From chin forward, chest, let's inhale back to neutral. From neutral, let's lift 1 arm. Now you can hang on to the chair here. You can have hand on lap, or you could have hand on hip. It's really up to you. Another portion is to reach down, but you are reaching up, and if you can, start to come over to that side. Keep your legs both firmly planted down into the ground here. And then let's inhale, bring that arm down, release, and draw the other arm up. Once again, you have all sorts of hand positions you can take to support your body. And then reaching over to the side. Let's take it back up, switching the hands and bringing it over to the side. Let's find the inhale going up and over and the exhale to the side if we can. And it's okay if you're doing the opposite breath. Let's inhale, bring it up. And exhale, release it down. All right, I'm gonna grab our stability ball. Feel like we haven't maybe done that for quite a while. I'm still towards the front part of my chair. We are gonna be extending through the legs. So if you need more support, if it's difficult to do this from the chair, if you scoot back, it'll be less difficult. So you decide on your challenge level, whether you're really close to the front of the seat or you're further back with that support. All right, from there, let's go ahead and inhale, left heel or any heel. You're just extending through that leg. And exhale. I try to keep away from left and right because I know everybody sees me opposite. So let's extend.
And you have to decide whether to do it in that way with you or left and right with you. Yeah.
Every time I've tried to say something different than what I'm doing, it messes me up. I've tried different tactics. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. So we're still in dorsiflexion, and hopefully you're noticing the abs are tucked in and that you're able to keep this stance, that you're able to tuck in, you're able to lift up through the crown. Let's go ahead and move on to plantar flexion. So it's just pointed toes. And then opposite. And bring it down. We'll do one more of that plantar flexion. All right, from there, while we're nice and grounded here, let's inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, bring the arms out. Warrior two arms, palms face down. Try to relax the shoulders, but draw them back so that we feel that length through the spine. And we feel the shoulders slightly drawing back. Let's do palm up, keep both feet grounded. Inhale to the side, try to keep the arms parallel with your earth plane. Pressing both feet into the ground. Exhale, back to center, rotate the palm down. Other side, inhale. And exhale. We'll do this one more time each side. While we're here, take the hands, interlace, bring that right underneath the chin. Inhale, we're gonna do our throat chakra a little bit, activation here. So lift those elbows, neutral gaze. Exhale, it's gonna be go ahead and inhale through the nose as you lift the elbows. We'll do this 2 more times. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, release that. Okay, we're gonna keep, well, actually, let's not keep that. Let's move that. Let's go ahead and open our stance. I'm gonna scoot further back on my chair. It gives us a lot of support to do so, especially if we're gonna be lengthening one leg or the other. So let's go ahead and just, you can either stay right here, knees to toes, knees to ankles, extend the arms, warrior two, draw those abs in, roll those shoulders back, lift. Another option is to extend one leg. I like to point my toes as if we're really in that warrior type pose. We're gonna look over to the side where you have the stabilizing leg that is bent knee. You're gonna look to those fingertips. Let's find 2 breaths here. Now release the hand that we're not looking to. You can keep that leg extended, hang on to the chair, palm up to the hand we're looking to, and just reach it up, stretching and lengthening through that side body. 2 more breaths here. And let's exhale, release that arm for reverse warrior, release the leg for our warrior pose. Let's go ahead and bring hands to knees, keep it wide. We're gonna exhale forward with a flat back. As we inhale, let's inhale to the back of the body, curl the spine like we would cat. Really pressing the air to the back, and then exhale, lengthen through the spine, relax back into flat back. We'll do this one more time. As you inhale, curl the spine. Try to expand into the back of the body, and exhale, releasing back into a flat back. Inhale, let's take it up. And exhale, release the arms. We're gonna extend back out to that warrior 2 arms. Again, we're just finding length through the body, drawing the abs in. We can look to that side. Option to stay right here, option to extend the opposite leg. So the leg or the hand that we're looking to has the bent knee that's stable. 2 breaths. From there, release that hand. Whether we hang on to the chair, bring it to the hip, wherever you can. Palm up to the hand we're looking to. Reverse warrior by reaching up through that side body, lengthening. 2 deep breaths here. And let's exhale, release that, release the leg. While we have both feet grounded, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, palms forward, cactus arms as we come into our goddess pose. So as we come into goddess, let's find full body tension. So starting off with those feet, press down, activate those legs. As you activate the legs, you'll feel the pelvis drawing in, activating the abs. Rib cage edges even pull in towards the navel. See if we can just stretch a little further back with those elbows and shoulders so that we're contracting towards the spine. That's where we find the full body tension here. Let's find just one more breath. And exhale, gently release that activation. From there, let's inhale, bring the arms forward and up. Exhale, twist towards one knee, one side. Pause there. Allow yourself to find a gazing point again, right at the horizon level. 2 breaths. Unwind to center. Bring it to warrior 2 arms. Pause there. Let's roll back small circles. And now roll forward small circles. And let's release hands to knees. Draw the shoulders up to the ears, squeezing tight. And exhale, relax the chin and the chest. Let's go ahead and inhale, squeeze shoulders up again to the ears. You can bring the gaze forward with this. And exhale, allow the chin to fall down into the chest. All right, inhale, neutral. Coming back, lifting those arms all the way up and over. And then exhale, simply twist to the opposite knee for our warrior 1. Finding that Drishti point of focus, and 2 breaths. And let's exhale, unwind back to center again. Release the arms to warrior 2, and this time making big circles. So it's nice big circles. I am rolling back right now. 2 more. Now from there, let's roll forward. I like to inhale as we roll back and up, and exhale as I roll forward. though you can choose your own breath here. We do have one more circle. All right, hands to knees. Let's shift forward with a flat back. Keep the flat back as we do. Simply draw yourself knee towards one knee, heart center, and then keep your flat back. Just glide through center. Heart to knee here. You can always extend and bend elbows. Again, sweeping to the other side. See if you can maybe surpass the knee. If not, stay with the knee or before. Again, releasing through center as we move to the other side. We're gonna add to this. So right now we're down low. Let's go ahead and lengthen to that one side, but extend through both arms and see if we can't add to that twist by looking back behind us. And then unwinding that, you're gonna come sweeping by that knee, sweep all the way over to the opposite knee, and then pull back up with lengthened arms, looking over that shoulder if you can. You could always move into just partials of this. You don't have to look all the way over the shoulder, and you don't have to completely extend the arms. So you do what you can, but we're pendulum through center and moving from side to side. Let's go ahead and find center from here and bring ourselves back up. From there, let's heel toe back into hip width distance apart. I'm going to come a little bit more forward to the front part of my chair. If I could think about how we're going to do this. So you decide, but I'm going to bring hands to knees because we are coming up into a chair-like pose. So hinge forward. You can tuck the elbows in, and you're lifting just a little bit. My elbows went out. That's okay. So whatever your body does, but try to keep these knees right in alignment. So alignment to the maybe tips of the toes, the foot, the ankle, but not beyond your toes. And then let's sit back down. So if you're too far to the edge like me, it's kind of scary. I wondered if the chair was there. Maybe coming all the way back. You decide there at home. You don't want that fear. So let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen up. Exhale again, hinge. You don't have to do knees since I'm scooted all the way back now. You can use that chair and just pull yourself up. You could have the hands on the chair for that extra security, just so you know it's there for you. One more breath. Yeah, pulled too far forward. Exhale, release. You can come more forward. Just know it's kind of scary if you can't feel this chair. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring those arms out. And exhale again, either hands to chair, hands on knees, hinge forward, flat back. Inhale, lift those glutes. Let's find one more breath in this chair-like pose. And gently release down. This time hanging onto the chair, let's extend through both legs. That does probably take a little more of that seat if you want to scoot back. And then let's go ahead and point the toes. We're just going to circumduct the feet, the ankles actually, by rolling the feet around in circles. And let's move the opposite way. Even if our legs are lower to the ground. And let's release down. We are going to come up and out of the chair. So maybe try that same chair pose, hinge, draw up. Nice, and come back. All right, we want to come into a tree pose. So you can have a wall next to you, a chair next to you. I'm going to give yourself hip width distance apart. Soften those knees. Take a moment to maybe just settle the eyes. I like to bring my hands low to just below the navel at my sacral space, which is also the low dantian. This is a good grounding point for us. All right, from there, relax the shoulders, the elbows. You're grounding down into the feet. If you can, soften or close the eyes here. Just focusing on that grounding, keeping those soft knees, drawing the abs in. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes, bring hands to heart. From there, you're starting to hinge to one side. I like to bring my heel all the way into the foot where it touches so that I have that foot completely grounded. You can always stay here. Remember, there's so many options for us. Knees are soft. That foot points off to that side, but your hips are forward facing with the front foot. You decide whether you want to pick up the heel, maybe bring the heel close to the leg so that it rises above the ankle joint. Some of us may even come to the tippy toe here and still have some support on that side. Or you can bring up the foot right into that calf muscle. We are avoiding the knee today, and as much as we can, but you do have that soft knee that we're stabilizing on. If you're ready with your drishti point focused, let's go ahead and inhale and open the arms for 2 breaths as we stretch up towards the sky. Draw the navel in. Let the rib cage edges knit in towards the navel. Hips are also pulling in towards that navel. And let's exhale. Palms come back together. Hands to heart. Release that leg. Now as we release that leg, we're coming back to hip width distance apart. I'm going to take the opposite leg and wrap around. Now we are moving into eagle's pose with this. So you can keep toes and ball of the foot on the ground and just wrap around the leg. That is one option. The other option is to pick it up, wrap around all the way around the leg. Some of us can wrap those toes and foot around the lower portion. If that's not you, no big deal. You can still wrap, you can squeeze center. So not only are you squeezing those inner thighs, but you're squeezing the lower legs closer together, whether the foot's on the ground or not. Now from there, we're gonna open the arms. So whichever leg is crossed over the top of the other, the opposite arm comes underneath the other, hinges at the elbows, and either grabs a hold of shoulders. I know, it's a difficult pose. So if this doesn't work for you, or even eagle arms here doesn't work for you, keep a hand right here and just take the other hand and bring it to that opposite shoulder. If that's better, do that. And then if you can, hinge those glutes back.
Oh, we can do that?
Yeah, just as long as your back is flat. So I'm hinging my hips and my glutes back like I'm trying to sit in a chair. But I'm still hanging onto this chair for balance, and I still have my toes on the ground. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up, release that whole crisscrossing.
Damn, crisscrossing the
yes. So I brought my chair to this side because that's where we start off with the closest leg for tree pose. So that opposite leg, again, I like to bring it real close, touching my arch here as my toes point out with that knee. Both knees are soft. Again, let's bring it up to here. You can always stay here for the balance, noticing majority of your weight's already on that leg because the other knee is bent and softened. Finding a drishti point, you can always keep a hand here. You can always lift a heel. You can keep it there, or you can glide it over so that it touches right above your ankle joint. It helps to have that focusing drishti point in front of you at the horizon level. It just means your eyes are right at that point so that you can focus inwardly on the body. You can bring the foot up, you can bring it to a tippy toe. We're avoiding the knee today. So from there, 2 more breaths. You're going to expand and reach up for those 2 breaths. Again, you feel the rib cage edges moving in towards the navel. Hip points in towards the navel as you lengthen and stretch. And now let's exhale, release that. Hands come to heart. You're going to release the foot. From that releasing foot back to hip width distance apart. All right, so opposite leg now. We're going to take that other leg that we just leaned on, because that's what we did on the other side. So eagle's pose, I'm crossing in front of the other at the ankles. I'm just going to keep my toes here. I find that it's difficult. So remember, you can do whatever top leg this is. You can bring that arm underneath. You can give yourself a hug here. You can do the full eagle's pose, or keep that one here. Take that other hand to the opposite shoulder, and that is just fine. You could also keep your eagle's pose right here. Both my knees are soft. If you do want to come into it a little bit greater, you're hinging back with those hips with the glutes. This is why you have a hold of that chair or wall. you're keeping a nice flat back for the next few breaths. And you may even feel this in your IT band, maybe if you have any of those hip issues, like sciatica. Let's go ahead and lift it up. So that's a good one also to stretch. So even if we're behind the chair and we want to just hinge back with cross legs, you'll notice you'll get a nice stretch here. So you can do that. We'll go ahead and just do the other side since I showed you and noticed. And so you're just that wrap, that eagle wrap below, and you're just hinging back. You'll notice that whole IT band, you'll notice the glute, it stretches that area, and then bring it back up. All right, let's go ahead and come. Let's do a downward facing dog. So downward facing dog here. I like to do it on the chair. You can always do it on a wall. You're bringing your hands in front. You're softly walking those legs back until you stabilize, hip width distance apart. And then let's start off with just resting the head. So maybe shaking the head, yes. You're letting the head fall through the arms right now. Knees are soft. You're pulling those glutes back. But I'm shaking the head, yes. And then let's inhale and just lengthen through the neck. So your ears line up with the upper bicep muscle of the arm. Again, let's start to pull back into the heels as if we're pulling those hips back to the wall behind us. And then gently release that. Start to lift and gently walk forward. All right, now we can sit in our chair. That was a nice back stretch. And since we moved a little bit into the hips today, we have a little bit of time to further move into it. If you weren't able to come out of your chair for our eagle's pose and get kind of that stretch in the hips and sciatica, there's another option here. You can sit close to the edge of your chair, or you can sit all the way in the chair. But you are looking, so I'm gonna go to the edge first for those of us that can't bring the leg all the way up here. So that's what we are looking for, knee ankle alignment, toes forward, bring that ankle all the way up. If that doesn't work, have a soft knee, have the foot grounded, have the ankle crossed just like we did our eagle's pose. And then you're just gonna hang on to the chair. And when we fold forward, you hang on to the chair, make sure you don't tilt out, and you're just pulling forward towards that leg because you're looking for this soft knee that the heart is coming towards. So you decide where we're at there. If you're in that full number 4, you have knee ankle alignment. You have that ankle on, bone is not resting on bone. So knee and ankle are not resting on each other. And then from there, let's go ahead and maybe grab a hold of the knee, maybe grab a hold of the foot, and exhale, hinge forward, just like we did with the lengthened legs. Same thing, hinging forward. And then let's find an inhale where we lengthen back up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale back up. We're gonna pause there and exhale while we are lengthened. Inhale, let's hinge forward. And exhale, lengthen back up to sitting. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, lengthen back up. This time we're gonna stay with that hinge. Inhale, forward hinge. Now exhale, round the back, release if you can. Inhale, come back to that flat back. Exhale again, rounding. Inhale, lengthening and flattening the back. Now let's exhale, bring it up. From there, opposite hand to that knee that is sticking out. Bring the other hand back to that chair, stabilizing yourself. Keep the shoulders down and just find yourself a twist for 2 breaths. Gently release that. If we had that leg, go ahead and just let it slide down carefully. And then we can bring it back, knees and ankles aligned. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up. And exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Now, opposite leg is going to extend forward. I'm just taking you through the options. The other leg crosses just like we were doing that eagle's pose, ankle, ankle. The other knee is open. Remember, for the hinging forward process, it's hang on to the back of the chair, hinge forward. You'll do the same things that we are doing with that other leg. So you can move into that, or you can continue to grab that leg, pull it up above that knee joint, bend the knee, find knee ankle alignment, toes point forward. Make sure bone is further off to the side here so that it's just the meat portion that is leg to leg, so there's no pain here. All right, from there, we're going to exhale forward, hinging forward. And inhale, lengthening back up through center sitting. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, lengthening back up. Pause there, exhale. Let's inhale, hinge forward. And exhale, draw back up into sitting. And remember, it doesn't have to be a great hinge. Inhale forward. And exhale, back through center sitting. Last one, we're gonna inhale forward, we're gonna pause. And then exhale while you're forward, round and release. Inhale, take it back to a flat back that's hinged forward. Exhale again, release. Inhale again, flat back as you hinge forward. And exhale, we're going to release, bringing it back up. From there, let's take other hand to knee. Glide that other hand back behind us. Draw the shoulders back and down. Find our twist for 2 breaths. And gently release that twist. Coming back forward, we're going to release that leg. You can extend to help it from not flying out. So just extend, release, come back to hip width distance apart, back to that alignment. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of the knees. We're going to come through a cat-cow at your own pace. You're exhaling, you're squeezing back, rounding the back for your cat. And then as you come into cow, you're trying to extend forward. So think of extension of the spine, even bending it forward here through the chest, the chin, and then opposite flexion. Exhale, navel to spine, chin into chest. Inhale through extension. And exhale into flexion. Let's find 2 more like this at your own pace and breath. From there, release the hands. Inhale, let's sweep all the way up and over. If you squeeze the shoulders up, you can bring the gaze up. Let's exhale and gently release that. All right, I'm gonna come a little bit forward before we come all the way down into our Shavasana. We're gonna do a little bit of Nadi Shodhana breath. So get comfortable in your seat. You're still sitting there, very comfortable. I know it looks like my left hand, but this is my right hand, so I'm going to explain it through my right hand. We're going to bring index finger and middle finger to right between the brows here. So it's just touching right at that third eye space. Now I'm going to take my thumb and gently press into my right nostril, leaving my left nostril open to inhale. At the top of the breath, switch ring finger to left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right side. At the top again, switch so that it's the thumb, exhaling left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Now all on your own, inhaling through the left. Find that pattern, exhaling right. Continue this pattern. Last one together. Inhaling through the left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale left. Now let's stay on the left side for at least 3 breaths. That was my 3rd breath through that left side of the nostril. So I'm releasing here. You could keep the eyes closed. We're just doing 2 deep breaths in through the nose. One more breath. All right, releasing that. So as we breathe in and out of this left side, when I had you plug that right nostril, we breathe at the very end, especially at that left side, is because we are coming down to relaxation. That is our yin channel. Our left side of the body is the yin, the calming, and the right side is energetic. So after this class, if you want a little more energy to get out the door and do things, breathe through the right side of the nostril. But for right now, we are ready to lay down for our Shavasana and relax as we breathe out the left side. So get comfortable. All right, hopefully we are getting comfortable. Those of us at home, those of us that are here, some of us will be sitting in chairs and relaxing in easy chairs, and some of us will be lying back in couches or on the ground, wherever you have space where you can get comfortable. You do want to get comfortable for this portion of the practice because we want to relax and release and not have our body having little itches, twitches, and wanting to move, maybe because of pain or something. So do try to find your most comfortable position. And if you're ready to start settling, maybe you're finding that position, welcome to your Yoga Nidra portion of the practice. As you prepare to journey inward, allow yourself to be open to the wisdom that resides within. Let's begin by finding your most comfortable position right here, right now. Allow the little last bits of movement. Let yourself fully relax into the support beneath you. And maybe now you are gently starting to close the eyes or soften the eyelids. Let the breath support you here as you feel the breath move in and out of the nose. As you feel the breath move through the sinuses, through the mind, through the crown, and releasing down through the neck space, into the body, as you might find another expansion all the way through and into the chest and into the rib cage. And again, releasing. Again, finding another breath that expands all the way down now to the pelvis. Expands through the abs, through the body. And as you exhale, you're still finding that exhale of release and relaxation. Now taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine any tension melting away from your body. With each breath, feel just a little more connected to your present moment, more attuned to the subtle energy of your third eye. Begin to deepen your breath here. Inhaling through the nose and directing the flow of air and energy towards the third eye. Visualize this energy as a gentle wave washing over the third eye with every inhale. And with each exhale, imagine any blockages or tension within this area dissolving away, leaving the space clear and vibrant. Continue this focused breath for just a little bit longer. Deep breathing as you release and relax into your space. Breathing as you visualize now the night sky softening to a deep ink blue. Bringing that night sky to the mind, to our visual plane. Allowing the sky to turn to a deep ink blue. With each breath, you feel yourself diving deeper into the state of profound relaxation and openness into insight. And as our mind is clear, we bring back our intention, our silent mantra, our sankalpa. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. And just reminding us as we seek to understand, we have compassion for ourselves, as that leads us to understanding ourselves on a greater level. As we find compassion and understanding for ourselves, we can extend that into learning from our experiences. And instead of seeing our experiences as possible mistakes, see them as opportunities to learn, not being hard on yourself or punishing yourself, but opportunities to learn from that experience. Let's become aware of our feet, aware of our toes. Take a moment here to notice any sensations in the feet, the toes, without bias, just noticing any felt sensations and maybe possible emotions. And just allowing that now to flow through you as you release and relax the feet. Gradually moving your attention to your ankles. And again, we are scanning, becoming aware of our body, relaxing the ankles simultaneously, looking for any sensations, any emotions, and just allowing them to be, and then release and relax through a breath as we move up into the calves, into the lower legs. And again, with the breath, you're looking to release and relax. Still scanning as we move into the knees. Is there any tension felt in the knees? And just notice what it brings up for you. And then gently let it go. Becoming more aware of ourselves, more aware of our body as we drop through the upper legs. Noticing the upper legs. Relaxing the hips and upper legs. As once again you notice any stress or tension. If you happen to find any, take a moment to breathe into this space. And as you exhale, letting the tension release and dissipate. Continue to scan as you move into the pelvis region, the low back, the sacral, the sacrum, and just taking deep breaths as you relax the pelvis area. Notice the abs, the abdomen as it rises and falls, and the mid-back as it relaxes. The rib cage with breath moving in and out. The diaphragm, the chest, and all the way back to the upper back between the shoulder blades. And on your next inhale, feel the air fill your torso. And as you exhale, release any remaining tension. Maybe another breath through the torso. And again, releasing and relaxing here as you release all the way out. Bringing our attention to the tips of our fingers, awareness within our hands. Awareness of our wrists. The forearms. Elbows releasing and relaxing. Upper arms. All the way back to the shoulders. And take a moment to feel into the body. Is there any tension within the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the elbows? And can we relax just a little bit more by using the breath to dissipate, to release this tension? Relaxing as we connect to the base of the throat, allowing tension to release as we soften our jaw. Bring your awareness to the forehead, smoothed and relaxed. Reaching to the top of the head, the crown. And releasing, relaxing the mind. Taking in a few deep cleansing breaths as we soften the facial muscles, relaxing the mind. Allowing your exhales to release any remaining tension. Now let's imagine a luminous glow of energy emanating from between the eyebrows. As you inhale, this luminous glow of energy moves inward, deeper into the mind, into the third eye space within the pineal gland. And as you exhale, you're clearing away blockages, distractions. Maintaining attention as you clear your mind. Making room for insight. Feel this area becoming more activated, more open, and vibrant with each and every breath. Seeing the third eye space expand, expanding with light, energy, and breath. Allow this glow, this light and breath to expand through the body as we center in the mind today. Expanding that breath, light through the mind, through the neck space, and into the body. Continuing to expand that luminous glow throughout the body. Allow it to encompass the body and even expand beyond the body. Notice any shifts in your physical or mental state, allowing yourself to embrace a sense of calm and clarity. As we bring back our intention, I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and learn from my life experiences. I seek to learn, to understand, and learn from my life experiences. And again, just taking into mind compassion for oneself so that we can open and learn from our experiences. Taking deeper breaths here. As you recognize the calmness you've brought to the mind and body, and the peace, let's start to create movements back into the fingers and toes while we keep the eyes shut a while longer. Taking those deeper breaths as we move fingers, moving the toes, and eventually moving the head and neck. Just finding more movement in the body as we slowly reawaken ourselves. And as we reawaken, we might take that stretch overhead, lengthening through, contracting, reaching, and reawakening the body. As we release, some of us may be able to bring our knees in towards our chest, rounding our back. Especially if we're in a place where we can round the back, tuck those knees in and just rock side to side for a little bit of a back massage. Maybe those of us sitting up might just give our shoulders a hug here and gently rock side to side. As we find one side or the other in our fetal position, we're just going to find that side. Take a breath. Maybe reopen the eyes a little and press our way back up. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, Richard, Carrie, Paula, and Evelyn today, and those of us that come online. Om Shanti Shanti. Yoga Nidra is complete. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend as the holidays approach. Make sure you drink lots of water, stay safe, let people know where you're at.